Lock it in. Yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Lock it in. Yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Are you ready to be entertained, educated? A little stimulation for your brain. Lock it in. Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to laugh? Are you ready to love? Then lock it in. Lock it in. Yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Lock it in. Yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show.
What the what? Okay. Welcome into the Joe Lockett Show. I got my stuff delayed. Anyway, welcome into the Joe Lockett Show. I am nephew. Hey man, welcome in. Like I said, we got a lot to get into today, man. The one and only is here. Don't worry. He is part of the show. Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me. Yo, what is going on? They got you looking blue over here.
They got me looking blue.
Yeah, and you orange.
But here's the thing, though. I am blue. My baby's gone.
Oh my God.
I'm blue. My babies, they are going. They're on a plane right now, going back home. They left their daddy.
All right, I saved you. Now you're orange.
Now I'm orange.
Mm-hmm. You're orange.
I hope it's just the color of the shirt, sir.
I mean, but yeah, we do have a lot to get into. But I know you said you was gonna wait to do your spiel once you seen they were on the plane. I don't know if you're gonna still go for that. It seemed like you emptied your heart in the clip up there at the Keith and Joe show. Shout out to that.
Yeah, man. If y'all ain't been checking out the Keith and Joe show, man, y'all sleeping.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That show there is like bomb, dilly, bomb. Appreciate everybody who's been supporting that show. And we got some new stuff getting ready to come out. Some ideas came just for my daughter. We can't tell you what's happening yet, but some more stuff can be coming there.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna love that. Sure y'all gonna love that.
Well, we know some people who will if they don't. Let me just say that.
Yo, your biggest two supporters.
They already said we're gonna be your number one fans. They already said that. So we good.
Bet. But well, first off, how was your day, man? You know I've been here.
Yeah, man. What's up, everybody? I'm back in the building, y'all. Thanks, nephew and Kisa and Denise. Y'all, thank y'all so much for holding this stuff down while I was spending time with family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it, man, so much. I did miss being on the show, though. I did miss giving you a hard time. I did miss that part. I did miss talking with everybody and talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And getting on everybody's nerve. So I'm back today. You know, I'm I'm ready now. I'm like ready to get into this because I haven't done this in a cool minute. You know what I mean? I ain't made nobody mad. Ain't nobody been mad at me. Did I turn this thing on or off?
Nah, you turned it. Is it plugged up?
I think it's not plugged up. You just unplugged it there, sir. You unplugged it there, sir. See?
Yeah, my part unplugged.
That was on you, sir. You unplugged the light there. But anyway, y'all, we're back in the building. My babies, my daughters, they are going home now. They in the air flying back to Japan. It was a great week spending some time with your daughters, man. Hey, what's going on, Peppers Crystal? Santa Bay, how you doing, Roxy? MSC, Miss Valden, how you doing? T. Lou Dawes, appreciate everybody locking in. What's going on, Randy Jane? What's up, Tony Chambers? How you doing? What's up, Mimi? Man, we got so much to get into today. I know the news is going to be crazy. I know Diddy can't get out of jail. No, you know.
Yeah, he can't get the
hey sweet mommy,
the Monopoly get out of jail free card.
He been trying though. From what it looks like, he been really trying. Talking about he is stay away from women, and I don't think that's been the problem. But you know, he still stay away from women.
We got it. We gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. We got to build up to that. You know what I mean? We got to build up to it.
So what's been going on the show since I haven't been here?
Alrighty.
Thank you for the heart, baby.
I'll sprinkle in a little old with a little new.
Hey, Connie Williams, how you doing?
Now Wendy and Shaq is making the rounds. I will talk about
Wendy
that.
Williams?
Yep.
Wendy Williams?
Yep.
Okay.
Wendy and Shaq is making the rounds. What else happened? I did mention the Tua and Bryce Young situation because we got a little bit of more sports.
But Bryce Young is out now, ain't he? They finna throw him away, right? No, I read something where he didn't crapped out. You know, they gave him enough chances and
throw him away is crazy.
But that's what it sounds like they're about to do, though, right? He this is like his second year, third year.
Hold off on the Bryce Young one because that's getting
okay. And Tua got knocked out again,
and Tua suffered.
So he had a concussion, right,
for the third time.
Yeah. So So Tua, he may need to go sit down. Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, we got enough to get into. I'm just trying because some of these is gonna get rementioned. Then I'll let you go ahead and take your floor because I know we backtracked a lot and we
Grandma
got a lot
Boss, how's it going, baby?
How's it going? I'm sure the folks want to hear your perspective on. So with that being said,
let's get into it, baby. I'm back.
So we'll go on with our live entertainment. Without further ado, here they are. I just love it.
So Sophia,
all righty,
baby.
First things first, we got some
Belinda,
sports news to get into.
What's up, Steve?
This one is breaking.
What's up, Cajun?
This is breaking sports news.
What's up, Lily? Bad boy. It is not. That's a bad name to have right now for a nickname, Bad Boy. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I guess let's see what you're coming from. But first thing first, guess who's retiring from ESPN? Adrian Wojnarowski.
No,
is retiring.
Not Adrian Wojnarowski.
ESPN. And it looked like for everything, honestly, not just that. Like
he's just sports, he done.
He said he done.
Okay, well, he getting out on top though. I like that.
I mean, and I get it. If you're not that big of a sports fan, I go ahead.
You can't get no bigger than him. That's That's news breaker.
That's who breaks
all the
news. Yeah. Like the rumors, the trades, the latest updates, the injuries.
Hey, Bella. Hey, Tracy.
He is the inside man that you see. The only inside man that you really see. Yeah. Everybody else can be in and out.
Yeah.
But he's the inside man that you see. So it's like everybody they report to him for their main news. So man, this is big news. They can't feel his shoes. I'm gonna be honest. They can't feel his shoes.
Man,
you're not gonna feel his shoes. He's been doing this for well over 2 decades.
Yeah, but there's no need to try to feel his shoes.
I mean, I'm sure they're gonna try to.
Nah,
I'm sure they're gonna try to do that,
bro. I'm sure let's try to come in and try to replace Michael Jordan. You can't. You just gotta go and be who you are. Because it ain't no next. It ain't no next him. You just got to be you.
And they refer to him as Woj.
Yeah.
So and everybody do football, basketball, soccer, shoot, tennis, golf. He's giving you everything.
Yeah,
and he knows everything.
And I don't know anybody. It's gonna be interesting who they see who replace him. So we'll see how that works out for him.
Yeah.
But congratulations to an awesome career, man.
Oh,
unblemished.
Man.
He the GOAT. What do you do? He the GOAT. I got to get to him.
Yeah. So
Ashley, what's going on? Heck on Mary. Hey Sherry.
Yeah, man. Air horns of that damn man.
Be locked. Baby.
Now,
what's up, Rita?
Speaking of roll tide, it look like the tide is turning over for Bryce Young, but a GOAT offered his words of inspiration and motivation. Shout out to LeBron James. But would it be in football? Before I read his post, would it be in NFL?
The NFL.
Yeah, let it do it. You're not even doing the
do the first one. What's that? What's the first one? What's up, Alex? What's up, Timothy?
All righty. But like I was saying, man, LeBron James offered up his some motivation to Bryce Young. He said, Bryce, hold your head, Young. Rooting for you. I know this ain't your fault. Continue to put in the work and it shall prevail. All righty. So shout out to LeBron on that. And now I know we talked about this yesterday. I'm a quote them in simplest terms. Denise and Miss Kisa didn't think he was too much and that we was gassing him up when he was getting out of college, him and Tua. So they like, okay. Especially when it come to him, like, you wasn't that good when you was in college, but I mean,
he was, but he did it at the college level. He won. You know what I mean? So
that's what I said.
But maybe some people have to be in the right situation to win. You know what I mean? They need to have the right tools, the right coach, and without the right coach, right? And if you walk into a whole new system, some people are not able to adapt, overcome, and improvise. So I mean, I'm not looking at it as a bad thing for him, but just when you're in the NFL, you got to grow quickly, and this is going to separate the boys from the men. So things are not always going to go his way, right? I think that's like his third year in this. I'm not for sure how that's playing out for him, but at the end of the day, we're going to wish him the best. But you got to make everybody have to pattern themselves after Tom Brady. And when I say that, I mean this with all due respect. Tom Brady had shit, right? But he made no-name players become great players. So if you're a quarterback, if you're a leader, you have to find the people that's on your team that know what they know and work with what you got till you get better. Because if you make it to the NFL, that means you're decent, right? Just think about this now. If you make it to the NFL and you're on that field, that means you're decent. You just got to find somebody who can believe in your decent talents and push you to another gear. You know what I'm saying? In the NFL, because you just didn't get to the NFL just to be there. So when somebody says you're sorry, you may be sorry compared to other people, but you're not a sorry player because you're in the damn NFL. You know what I'm saying? So be proud of that part of it. And now he just got to find out what he needs to go do if they continue to let him be quarterback. What did he do for his team?
Look, I tried to reiterate the same things from yesterday, and you know what I mean. They tried to call me a Bama bandwagoner. I was like, I'm not even.
I'm not on the Bama thing. I'm just on. You don't make it to the NFL
for no reason.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You don't get in the NBA for no damn reason.
And this is a Heisman winner, the only Heisman winner. Alabama produced that quarterback.
Yeah.
So again, like I try to reiterate to folks that may not know. Yes. Has he been playing bad? Exactly, but that team has been playing bad too.
But what pieces did he get around him though? And who was his coach?
And that's the response to other folks,
who's
especially through the system.
What team is he with?
He with Carolina.
Oh man, Carolina been sucking for years. They couldn't even. I mean, yeah. So who's the coach?
They've been a revolving door since Cam Newton left.
Yeah, so
and that was in 2017.
So he may become a product of a bad team.
Or a bad organization.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Trent told us, don't get it twisted. You can be a bad person, I mean a really good player, but if you give it the wrong team and not put in the right system, you're going to be deemed shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the rest of your whole career. So hopefully that don't be the case for him because again, Carolina, Cleveland Browns, those teams, man,
Cleveland is pretty good now, but they did have
how many years though?
Years.
But how many years it took before they got there? Like Detroit Lions took years before they actually got an organization that actually really worked.
But even in those systems, when the owner and the coaching staff and the rest of the administration were all on the same page,
hey, lady boss,
they built tools to change it. They built and they tried to form around.
And you got to have players that you got to have players on your team, but that believe in you. You know what I'm saying? As a quarterback, you got to strike a chemistry with a few players, so when you're on the field, that y'all be able to get that vibe going. You know what I'm saying?
But Carolina is the place where,
hey Bridget,
well, most of them, like I told them yesterday, Carolina is the place where you got the folks that just got over their 10-day contract, the ones that just made it over the team during preseason, and then you got other retired, going out of the league vets. You don't have nobody in their prime. You don't have a high prospect. So now you're making all of that try to work on your team, and administration not even giving you pieces, more like they shipping them away. Like
But this is
the position he placed in.
But this is the position that he's a boy amongst men, and he got to figure this shit out quickly. You know what I mean? Because
I don't think he's no boy. I don't like keep referring to him.
Well,
just because he's small.
No.
He's not a boy amongst men. He's just a man placed in a lose-lose situation.
Reason why I want to say he's a boy, right? Because you got grown men that have been in the NFL that got the experience. He's a rookie. I mean, he's not a rookie, but I think he's a sophomore. So he's still young at this game. He got to figure out how to make sure his vets is going to go out on top, and the new players coming in that they get their contracts. That's his job.
That's not his job.
That is his job.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That's the first job, bro. That's the first.
If we go on team scheme, I guess I can see where you're coming from. But those vets are already established. They going out, period. And the folks that's coming in haven't established anything either.
Right.
This is the makeup of his team.
Right.
I get it if we're talking about another team like the Ravens, or we talking about another team like the Niners or the Chiefs, or even the Patriots.
No.
You got some that is all right. Vets probably leave, especially with the Patriots. Vets that's probably leaving but want to go out on a high note. That's why they with Bill and stuff like that. I get where you're coming from if you're talking about the team aspect, but this team ain't fit to even do that. That's not on him. That's the organization.
Okay, so if I walk in and this is all I got, right? I got some shit.
You got to play with what you got.
So what I'm saying is, like I said, it's his job to figure out what his vets want and what his 10-day contract people want, and how to make the best out of that situation. That is his job before he played the game of football. He got to figure out how to make his guys shine in the best light for what their talents may be descending or ascending, right, in their proper place. So that's why I say it's his job to know what he has. Because when you go out there in that field on Sunday or on a Saturday or on a Monday or on a Thursday, that's what you got. And it's your job, whether y'all shine or look like shit, they're going to blame you, not the organization. So it's his job to figure out what his team that he has been presented with, what they need and what he got. If he can just run it out the backfield, if he need to run more, if he need to run the quick out route, you know what I'm saying, to get those 5 or 10 yards, to get the people moving, he got to figure out what's going to work for that team. That is his job.
That team ain't working, and that ain't his job,
bruh.
That team ain't. I get what you're saying. When you go out there, that's what you got to win with. You got to try to put your best effort forward. I got you. That effort, it will be null and void if you're there with folks that don't function even at the position they're at. Like, this is still a team sport. Right. Yes, I have to get you in the best position. In trying to get you in the best position, even at your part, are you doing your job when you're in that position? No, you're not. Are you doing your job to help me help you? Most of the time, this team is not. They've been trashed like this for more than when he's been playing. But see,
this is
an organizational issue.
The organization is what it is. But if you're receiving a paycheck, you're taking that paycheck, you come to play. So you, the coaches, and the team got to sit down and figure out who wants to play and who don't. You know what I mean? Because, bro, you put your best players on the field. Everybody ain't trash. Everybody out there, you know what I'm saying? There are players who haven't had the opportunity. And I'm gonna say it like this here. The player, sometimes you may have to go to the bench or the player who never got the shot and sit down your best players to give those players a shot. You see what I'm saying? You work with your coaches as a quarterback. You sit down and figure out who wants to play on Sunday. And you put those players on the team and you work with what you got. You see what I'm saying? So I understand the organizational part. I get it. But what I'm saying is, as a leader, you need to do what you need to do on the day when it's time for you to show up to do what you got to go do, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you need an O-line. You got to have somebody going to protect you. Bryce can run. And like I said,
that's not a running quarterback, though.
Well,
that's where I get to it.
Again, he will. But what I'm saying is, bro, the leader has to find out what's going to ignite his great team or his sorry-ass team to play. Because you've seen some teams beat the hell out of a great team on any given, they call it any given Sunday, right? You've seen a sorry-ass team beat a great team, right? And they won. Why? Because they had that confidence, something that they said that we may be a bad team, but we're not going to let you come in and kick our ass, right? And if that team can win in the NFL, because any Sunday, anybody can win. Or in the Monday, anybody can win. I'm not saying that it's going to work, but what I'm saying for him as a quarterback, he got to learn now not just the game of football, but he got to learn in life the game of how to be a leader and be a man a boy in the field of men. And I'm calling him a boy because he's young.
That's dumb.
It may be dumb for you, but when I was in the
be a
military,
boy amongst men, because you're going to only be looked as a boy. He got to be able to be a leader amongst men.
But he's still that boy that got to gain the confidence of those men.
But folks not referring to, and that's the other part that goes to his disadvantage. Other folks that's in his class put in better positions. They're not being referred to as a boy. You're not going to look at CJ Stroud and say you're a boy amongst men. You're not going to go over there to Denver to Bo Nix, shout out Bo Nix, and say he's a boy amongst men.
Right.
No. They are put in better situations that can show and highlight. Plus, they got an organization building around them. So now they can develop that boy to an actual grown man to a position.
But that ain't what he's.
That's not what he is. So and that organization cheated that man. They cheated that man.
They didn't cheat him. That's what he got. That's what he got drafted to. And it is what it is.
They cheated that man.
Well,
they definitely cheated.
I'm gonna say this here, right? When you get to the NFL, you get one shot. Whether you're on a good team, you're on a bad team. You got to go make the best of what the hell it is. There is no excuses. There's no blame. You're in the NFL. You're running back. You're a fullback. You're a tight end. You're a quarterback. You're doing whatever the hell you are on that team. It is up to you to make a name for yourself, just like in this game of podcasting, right? I can't go out and say that you're too young, I'm too old, or I'm too young, you too old. We can't say that. You got to go make a space for yourself. Figure it out. Shut the hell up. You in the water with grown ass men, people that got celebrities, people that got stuff going on. You got to figure out what's going to work for you and get at it. I can say I don't have the team. You can say, well, Joe, you don't have the connections. That ain't gonna make this podcast work. We got to figure out what we got, who we know with our connections, how to become better, how to be more fluent, how to get the crowd.
I got you. But you don't have the people that you do have around you, they're not cheating you. You don't also have to do that job and do a job against your team. They have your back. You have folks that are doing their job to help you do yours better and to excel. And that's part of your organization.
And whose job is it to make sure that the team you have on the field is supporting you? The quarterback.
Okay.
And the veterans. Like I said, bro, you got to find out who got the locker room, right? Whatever vet got that locker room, you need to make that dude your friend. Because somebody got the locker room. Somebody got the ear of the locker room. You win in the locker room, you lose in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? You put it together on the field.
I guess so. Well, we're gonna agree to disagree on that.
All right.
Next up.
Hey, Robin. Hey, Felicia.
I didn't really watch that one, so I ain't gonna mention that. Wendy.
What's up, D?
Let's go to Wendy.
Wendy Williams?
Yeah.
That's my baby.
Really?
How you doing?
So is she on your list?
Do I like her?
Yeah,
I put up there with the greats, bro. She came in and created this.
Not admiration and respect. I got you. I got that.
Yeah, she'll go to her own right.
What?
She's a GOAT in her own right for what she do for Gossip News.
Oh,
that made room for Tasha K.
Oh my Lord! Yes, everybody is little babies and daughters of Wendy Williams. I got that. Knowing what I was talking about, but forget it. Yeah.
Now, are you talking about being on a tractor? On my tractor?
Yeah. Would you be? Because you said Whippy is on now, so I was saying, is Wendy? Do she got a chance? If Whippy up, I expect Wendy to have a chance.
No, Wendy don't have a chance with me. No, Wendy don't have it.
Well, you're about to make me short fuse over here. Okay.
Because just me. Whippy look more feminine to me than Wendy Williams does. That's just me.
Okay.
That's just me. When I look at Wendy, she's not my type. Whippy is not the type that I would probably normally go for, but Whippy is one of those Whippies. If I looked at her, I'm saying there's a pizzazz, a sexual appeal that she has for me as a older gentleman that I could get with for sure.
What did you see that Whippy did that for you?
Huh?
What did you see? I'm gonna try to understand you. What did you see that have Whippy?
Did you see Whippy back when she was younger? Whoopi Goldberg. No, Whoopi Goldberg when she was younger, bro.
Younger in which years? Let me go back to which
in
year.
the early 90s. Did you see her?
Like Color Purple days?
Before that, even
Color Purple was in the 90s, right?
I'm not for sure, but yeah. To me, when I look at Wendy, she's not attractive to me.
Okay.
Whoopi has a sexual attraction that, I could. Now, is Whoopi the person I'm going to go after, like the typical woman? No, but if I had to make but if I had to make a choice between her and Wendy Williams, it'd be Whoopi Goldberg all day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, outside of that, we on a tangent. Whoopi Goldberg. It seems her guardian.
I think Whoopi Goldberg got yams on her.
God, dog, you got me calling Wendy Williams Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, and I know Wendy Williams has no yams whatsoever. That's one thing.
None at all.
Bro, she had, bro. I mean, that thing, like, you know what I'm saying? That, bro, it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? When you look at her, bro, she's straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. And
can I finish the thing first when we do this?
I'm just saying.
God, dog. Anyway, the guardian of Wendy Williams files new complaint against A&E Networks, accuses them of exploiting the star for profit and paying her only $82,000 for a Lifetime documentary. This is according to People Magazine in the complaint, which is filed on Monday. Whitney's team, they accuses the network of humiliating and exploiting her. They said the demanding that A&E cover Wendy's medical care and supervision for the rest of her life.
Thank you, TTW.
Now, if we backtracking,
I'm gonna call bullshit.
You call it BS? I'm on the other side of that. I'm gonna call bullshit
because, bro, who signed the contract? No. I mean,
no.
Who signed the contract?
No, that's effed up.
No, bro.
That's effed up.
How?
That's effed up.
No,
that's effed up.
Wendy Williams and her team and her lawyers has been in business for years and decades. You got to know how to read the fine print and make sure you protect your customer, her lawyers and everybody. It's a bad, shitty deal that they got, but whoever signed the contract didn't know what the hell they were doing. If she only got $82,000 and she Wendy Williams, the devil's in the details. So who's in charge of her estate and signing contracts? You don't come back later on and say you sold me a bill of goods, because the only way they can get you and not give you the money, they give you the money that you agreed upon in that contract.
This is why I don't agree with that.
Hey, ladies, how you going, baby?
First off, we don't know the contents of that contract for us to even assume that it said, hey, we have the right to exploit something or to take actual like recording into our own. We don't know that for sure. And if we go on documentary purposes, yeah, if you saw the documentary itself, that was definitely exploiting. That was exploiting to the T. And if that's their case to it, they may have a case against whatever it is that you're claiming. Even if we go on that you're right and we know what it is, they would have a case again, because that's defamation. They really show her and her family terribly. But we covered it.
But yeah, we covered it. But here's the thing, bro. What contract did you sign before anything? Because Wendy Williams' name is big enough to have people on her team to say, before anything goes out, we need to see it. Right? She's that girl. Who was in charge of the contract, bro? Period. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just me and you going and signing the contract and hoping everything will work out and get our money out of there. Wendy Williams has been in the entertainment business years, if not decades. Her team is her team. That stuff that went on TV, somebody okayed it. That was an executive producer. They said the credit said executive producer is Wendy Williams. So somebody was signing for her to be the executive producer. The executive producer who signed for that damn contract knew what the hell was going to go on TV, knew what was in there, saw the final cut, and was okay with it because they wanted the paycheck. Once they seen how much money they was making, now you're mad about it. Now you want to tap into some more money. I'm not mad that you want to tap into some more money, but you made a bad deal because you got greedy and you needed money. And maybe Wendy needed money at the time, so they signed the contract to get it done. They ain't fight for it.
Yeah,
You coming back trying to fight later.
shout out to D, because I was just going there too. We did see in the midst, even through this documentary, that folks was changing hands on who was actually handling and dealing with her.
Again, whoever the team was,
But whoever the team was,
they messed up.
That might have gave you a leeway out the contract, because that might have written for another team, then it applied to the new.
No. If
She might
when
have
you
a
change
case against
teams,
that. I ain't the
still
legal
with-
dude,
no,
but
what I'm saying-
I think she got a case.
the case, okay. But what I'm saying is, when you sign a contract, whether your lawyer changed or not, the contract you sign is the contract you sign. The lawyer that's coming in to fight the contract gonna have to fight the contract that your other lawyer signed. Period. That ain't gonna change. You know what I'm saying? I hope that she can get more money out of this. I'm not fighting against Wendy Williams. I'm not going against her. Hope she can get more money. But what I'm saying is, the first contract that was signed by whatever team that signed it, they gave her a shitty deal. That's why you have lawyers. They have their lawyers, you have yours. You don't have to sign or do anything or agree to anything or get any cameras in your face if you don't sign that contract. And A&E would not have done anything if they didn't, if somebody didn't sign for her. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm not assuming. Saw it on TV. Somebody signed a contract on Wendy Williams.
No,
behalf.
that's still assuming, because we don't know the contents of the contract, Joe.
Bruh, how did it get
No,
on TV?
but if we're going based off of how you sound from right there, we are assuming that yes, you signed whatever it was away for them to record you however they want to, and we don't know that. We don't know that. I would like to think that Wendy would, like how you said, she got a team.
Did.
She got a team behind her. I would like to think someone that has a team behind them, and you know who you are supporting. Like Joe, I'm not going to get into super big and deep politics and represent the Joe Lockett brand crazy if I know I don't know politics. You know what I mean? I would like to think that her team wouldn't put her in a light to expose her or get the dirt and tea.
She lost her show because of her team.
She changed her show around.
No, but what I'm saying is, her team,
like before she was changing stuff around.
The team that y'all talking about, let's be honest now, had that woman on TV when she didn't fell the hell out. Had that woman, she was trying to come back and do other things, and she was trying to keep. They were trying to keep Sherry Shepherd from getting the show in the beginning. That team is
that's not. Wait. That's not. I'm gonna only say that's not fair. Then when you mentioned the fallout, because everybody didn't know her medical history then, and everybody didn't know.
Bullshit, bro.
Man,
her
Joe,
team knew.
that came from their camp,
bro.
That's like, yo, we was as surprised as everybody
Behind the
else.
scenes, bro. People knew Wendy Williams was having problems. People knew Wendy Williams.
They knew she was having problems.
Okay.
I got that. I'm not saying they didn't know she had problems. They didn't know how severe it was. They know she was having rolling blackouts.
Okay, bro. Let me say this.
And that she would have it during the show.
Bro, when that woman fell out the first time, right? She fell out the first time, right? And we saw her. She came back a couple of weeks later or a month later, right? She was on there, right?
She did.
And you know what I'm saying?
She did. She did.
So,
she did get back on there.
So what I'm saying is, bro, there's always somebody who knows. Now, sometimes you get in your own way, and I'm sure Wendy Williams got in her own way because she felt that she was the queen of talk, and she kept going.
She was running stuff around that time.
But the person that was really running her was her husband. Okay,
you got no argument for me.
So her husband was the one pushing her to continue to keep doing all the stuff she was doing. Like I said, but the team she had around her was bad. Her team that she had was out to get anything they could off the Wendy Williams brand. They was doing things for Wendy Williams that Wendy Williams didn't even know, because she trusted people that didn't have her best interests at heart. So what I'm saying is, Wendy Williams got screwed, but the team that she had around her screwed her.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
But Joe, even when she was in the right mind and stuff like that was happening, I'm not going to argue that. That's documented too.
Right.
But even then, she was moving around stuff and changing that team to better suit her, especially while she was still in the right mind.
Right.
Right now, she had to do the same thing again, and that was documented too during the during the documentary that they was doing with A&E. So it's like, I only say this. I don't want to use that, even if it's right. I got you. If it's right, then cool. That's what you signed off on. I don't want to use it in this situation because I do not know what she signed off on. And if I'm going off of what her team said, like I said before, we covered that documentary and we didn't even like what we saw.
Okay, let me ask you, when did the documentary come out?
That was February of either last year or the year before, but I think it was last year.
Okay, so now we're talking about this almost a year later and some change, right?
That's how I usually go, though, Joe. Don't do that.
Okay,
don't
no,
do
but-
that.
but-
that's
but-
how that's how that usually.
But
go.
when you saw, bruh, if I saw my wife documentary, right, or my client documentary being portrayed the way it was,
is her? Hold on, let me ask this question before you go in.
Yeah.
Is her husband still part of the team? I don't think so.
No. But what I'm saying is, if I saw what I saw during that time, right, immediately I would have had it pulled. We wouldn't have seen part 3, 4, 5, and 6 like we did. We saw the whole thing. So during that time, wherever we want to say, right, nobody said stop the documentary. Whoever her team was.
I think. Hold on, I don't want to misquote us.
Mhm.
I think they did stop after the second one.
No. That documentary kept going, bro. I watched.
No, it kept going, but I think it did stop
Bruh,
on the
I watched the whole
because
thing.
she couldn't finish it.
But no, we saw from beginning to the end of the Wendy Williams documentary. We saw it.
And we ain't gotta go and say I can.
Yeah, but I'm
research
saying,
it.
but I'm saying we saw it. So what I'm saying is, I'm on Wendy's side. Hopefully, they can get the money. The only thing I'm saying here is that you have to be careful of the people that you have around you to make sure they got your best interest at heart. Her husband at the time did not. Her son, you remember when it was going through? It seemed like he was doing some sketchy stuff.
He wasn't handling her right either.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So these people that were signing and doing things for her, it seems at that point in time that it was a money grab. Now maybe she got a team or somebody found somebody that who says that she got screwed over, and the people who signed the contract prior to screwed her over. They're gonna have what I'm saying is they're gonna have a problem because it ain't the network's fault that the people that you had in charge of your business, right, signed the contract and they were bad people. The network is going to fight that. I hope Wendy Williams get more money. I think she deserves more money. But at the end of the day, I can't sit here and be on the side of, okay, yeah, they should go ahead and do that because it was put out in a bad light. The network A&E would have got shut down, would have got canceled, would have been sued and off air if they did not have a contract in hand that said they got the permission to do that. And that documentary did not get shut down. The people who was in charge at the time did not shut it down. Did not, because they wanted what? That paycheck. They wanted that money, and it was garnishing an audience, right? And again, whoever the executive producer was, they say it was Wendy Williams. We know it wasn't. But whoever it was, right, at that time was okaying without looking, but they have the right to look at it if you're the executive producer of whatever's going on the final cut. Whoever it was probably didn't care as long as the check cash.
Again, I'm not gonna argue that point. I don't think she. I would like to assume maybe whoever it was that did sign off didn't continue to keep signing off, and they were relieved of their duties.
Yeah.
In that, if that was to happen on that spin, now that I have a new team around me, that call for renegotiation somewhere. That would.
How?
Because now I have different because we all like to assume that she has handlers now.
Yeah.
I would like to assume that the new handlers that are handling the brand Wendy Williams is not going to continue with who they know they replaced off of what they signed.
Let me ask you this question, nephew. Okay.
That would call for a renegotiation, right?
Okay, so you A&E right now, right? And I must tell you, I bring in a new team. You signed a contract with my old team, right? You're the company that I signed a contract with.
Yeah.
And my team came to you and we signed this contract. You said you have your lawyers. I got my lawyers. Everybody sat at the table, right? And you signed that contract. Now I come back, I change my team. I come back to you, nephew, say I want to change the terms because I think that my last team gave you a shitty deal. What are you saying as that person?
I would like to think they gonna renegotiate.
No.
They're not gonna like it.
No, what are you? What are you saying? As that person that said you signed this, your team, whoever you had at the time, you're that company. You're making your money, right? You're A&E right now.
I would say that I'm not going to sign off on that, or I'm not going to agree to it because it benefits me.
Right.
But if I know I don't have the brand Wendy Williams, now they can sue me. So that's another thing too. So you would have to then entertain some type of renegotiation, because if you know you don't own the brand Wendy Williams and you're doing this and they don't agree with how it's shown,
they're doing something
that's defamation.
But only if they're doing something illegal according to the contract they signed. If you're doing something illegal, now you may have to renegotiate. But if they're not doing anything illegal according to the contract that they signed, you're going to hold them to the letter of law of that contract.
I would like to think even a bad team is not going to sign off Wendy Williams' rights to her brand and name to A&E.
Bro, hold on. Did you see that her husband bought a house down the street from her?
Yeah, on some weird stuff.
No, but and cars and everything, had a whole woman. So you think that man would not sign off everything to take care of a new woman? Come on, dog. You see what her son did?
I would like to think,
bruh, like I said, I would like to
think they don't have that type of power,
bruh.
I don't. But I'm
when you give somebody, but hold on, when you give somebody a power of attorney, that's what that means.
But Joe, and hold on, this one I don't like though. If we gonna bring up old stuff and stuff that they did, then why can't we still do the same thing when it's going towards her brand?
No, I'm saying you can do it, but I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm in agreement that hopefully they can. But what I'm saying is an uphill battle, because her team at that time, whoever it was, signed a contract with them. They're going to fight. Now, if they did something illegal according to the contract, the first contract they signed, yeah, you're going to have to pay. But if A&E can hold them to the letter of the law of the contract they signed, regardless of the new team you had. The new team that's coming in going to have to find something in that contract that the previous team signed for Wendy Williams that they broke the contract, but that would make the contract null and void.
But Joe, a lot of folks would probably bend or break on some type of the contract where they did wrong. But if you don't bring light to it, it's never acknowledged.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Like I said, I hope it's there. But what I'm saying is, it ain't going to be just because it's put her in a bad light and now they have the right. No, you don't have a damn right to anything. You get to show where they did not uphold their end, or they broke the contract that your team originally signed for you to have any ground to come in and sue. You can sue on anything, but when you get in court, the judge is going to say, well, I'm sorry, but your team signed this contract. They didn't break that contract. That's what you signed to.
Man. Regardless.
That's like if you get married and you find out that your husband is a habitual cheater, right? You signed that contract. Only thing you can do is divorce him. You know, he didn't tell me that. The Lord, my Lord, they ain't got nothing to do with that, man.
But it's if we go on by that, you still sign us off on something else when you divorce. That's low key a renegotiation,
bruh. You know how many folks have terms. You know how many people have problem with these prenuptials and people trying to come back and get them fixed. How many women actually win those arguments? Very few. Some do, but very few.
Very few.
Very few, because it's the contract you signed.
Yes.
When you come back and see your man that's worth way more money, and you think you done put in way more time or whatever, you try to renegotiate that contract. Talking about, I was under the rest. I didn't know what I was doing. He did it me. You know what I'm saying? Stop. No, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, people, I'm with Wendy Williams. Don't think I'm fighting against Wendy Williams. I'm not. I want her to get her money. But when Wendy Williams got sick, she married a guy.
A lot of mishandling.
Yeah, her son and her husband. We know there was two people that was not in her best interest. Her husband definitely wasn't. Her son, I don't know what his deal was, and I don't know what Wendy Williams did or did not do for her son or to her son. So I don't know. I
don't think it was none of that. I don't want to speak bad on him.
Like I said, I don't
think
know.
He was just too young to have to handle his mother and still try to live whatever life he was when she was in the right footing.
And it's tough to work with somebody who still think they can do it when they can't. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm taking everything under consideration that Wendy didn't want to give up the throne. She did not realize fully to the extent that the people she had was screwing her.
No,
she was losing it at the time. She's going through a divorce. She's going through whatever element that she has right now going on in her life. She was losing everything. Yeah. So She had a really bad catastrophic of events that happened all at the same time, and it was not in her favor. Now you got people in trying to sort out and do what's best for her. And like I said, I'm wishing her team and them the best. And hopefully A&E will see that, yeah, we did make some money. Let's go ahead and break bread with someone. I hope that's the case. But I'm just saying and arguing that it's not going to be an easy fix just because we saw it and think Wendy Williams got screwed.
Yeah.
That's not going to be the case because lawyers was involved, contracts were signed, and somebody had the green light to do to say okay for what we saw on TV. Definitely, I think it was not Wendy Williams.
Yeah. On that note, let's go to some positive things with Wendy Williams because she was getting some positivity.
Okay, let's go.
Shout out to Wendy. And we kind of gleaming this over into our next topic.
Nephew? How you doing? How you doing?
Oh my God, stop. Stop. You ain't even drinking no tea either.
You see my shoes? You see my new shoes? Put the shoe cam on my shoes.
Oh my God. But yeah, man, this calls folks to reminisce because it's kind of gleaming into our next topic. Okay. We'll get to it later. In the midst of the P. Diddy stuff and stuff like that, folks was reminiscing. They was like, yo, man,
take that.
They're like, yo, man, if Wendy was only in her right mind still with her show, she would have been making bank right now.
Because she called all of it.
She
called it.
She
called it for years.
Wendy
was on point. Her gossip was, I heard Charlamagne say today that y'all think what Wendy Williams reported was bad. Y'all should know that y'all don't know stuff that she didn't report to save some people.
He's like, and that's what some folks was like. They're like, how much information she didn't that she held?
Yeah.
Like she knew more than what she was giving out. So yo, man, why still, even though and whether or not she can understand the flowers or not, I still want to spread them.
Man, Wendy Williams is the Black Howard Stern.
Bruh.
Let me tell you something. Wendy Williams is our Black Howard Stern. Yeah, she the queen, bruh. She was, whether you loved her or hated her, she was the queen of gossip. You went to her and you listened to what she had to go say. She took time slots. She did what she had to go do. She set the stage for everybody. Like I said, I love Wendy Williams, bro, for what she stood for and the way she did it. She made a lane for herself and got all the way to TV from a radio show, right? Man. That path that she had right there that she did and Howard Stern did, those paths are gone now.
Yo, that's another one too. You absolutely right. Yo, man, she single-handedly birthed out probably the the Shade Room, Black Twitter,
that's
Jasmine Brand, Joe Budden,
bruh.
Charlamagne.
But everything y'all see right now is the gossip shit is because of Wendy Williams.
Yeah, man.
Okay, she made that popular. Her and what you call it, Angela, not Angela Yee, but the other Latino lady.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of her name.
Angela, I can't think of her name, but yeah, the Latino woman on radio, bro, Wendy Williams, and what's his name? He used to be fat, but now he's skinny. In radio.
In radio?
Yeah.
I'm only thinking of Star, but that's
no.
Star was controversial.
It was Big Daddy. No, it's not Big Daddy. Damn, I can't think of the dude's name.
Oh, over there in LA. I think I know what you're talking about.
Bald head.
Yeah. I know it. Big boy.
Yeah, big boy. Yeah, those cats back in the day, bro. That's where we got our stuff from. You remember? It was magazines and the radio.
Big Boy, Sway. Like, yeah, they was this
before this was this. You see what I'm saying? Radio was where we got all our information from. The Joe Buddens of the world, these different podcasters, bro. Now you're just hearing everybody different voices on topics that's out there. But before, you didn't have all these different avenues.
Yeah, you had to go to them.
You had to wait to 3:00 or 5:00 in the afternoon to get this stuff, and then wait and see. And hopefully they post it on YouTube.
Or 10 in the morning.
Or 10 in the morning. You see what I'm saying? It was 10, 4, or 5 when you got news, right? Now you can get it. You can get this information deciphered to you through different people, and depending on who you like to decipher the information from, now you can follow those people. But there was no podcast, there was no other platforms before the Wendy Williams show. And Wendy Williams, when you got the TV, that was the biggest it could get.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because she was syndicated. Now you can syndicate yourself on different platforms and talk about these different hot topics on everything. But when nobody doing hot topics before Wendy Williams for real, and getting an audience every single day, that was Wendy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, bruh, everybody, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Bow down to the queen, bruh. Whether you like her or not. I got to get that woman her flowers, man. Thank you, Wendy, because you made a platform continuously for people like us to continue to stretch what you did to what you're doing. Like Tasha K. Tasha K need to, bruh. Tasha K, if she had money,
you better go thank her.
you need to.
You better go thank her.
You need to make Wendy Williams your friend and everybody because you stole the whole platform. You know what I'm saying? She stole it, but she copied it. You know what I'm saying? And it's working for her.
Now,
you know what I mean?
I can't. Even though we're saying that, I can't. I would like to think Tasha K did at least. You know what I mean?
Tasha K put the work in to build a brand.
She did. No. I'm saying like gave credit to Wendy and stuff like that.
Yeah, she probably did. I don't know, but when I look at her, right, I see Wendy all day.
Oh yeah, chocolate Wendy.
Yeah, shout out to Wendy Williams,
chocolate
bro.
Wendy's.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I ain't mad at women who find a lane for yourself and do what you need to go do. I'm proud of these women, man. It may not be stuff that you want to hear. You may call it garbage, rubbish, or news, or whatever. But you know, it is what it is. Shout out to Tasha K. No. She brings it to her winos, man. Let's get it.
D, we ain't saying she on the same level. Golly, I'm just saying that's one of her spinoffs.
Yeah.
D said she is not on the same level.
I'm gonna say I love the professionalism of how she built that platform, that it works for people who wants to follow that type of news. Tasha K doing her thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got to give shouts out to her. I may not agree or like some of the stuff that she's doing or how she do stuff, but when I look at her stuff, it's consistent. Her team and her works hard, and she's scaling her business for what it is. Whether we like it or not, man, shout out to Tasha K. And Wendy Williams, baby girl, wish you nothing but prayers in your later years. Thank you for putting gossip news back on the map in the Black community in the way that you did it. And we all owe you a big congratulations on what you have done. And we all owe you thanks for opening up doors for us to do what we do now. So thank you, baby girl.
Yeah. All righty. Now.
Yeah, I'm wearing my orange shirt today, man. I'm happy. My babies are gone.
Now, I know one topic Wendy would have got into before the Diddy one. Have you been seeing this stuff with Shaq?
Talking about his girlfriends or something? My kids been here, so I kind of like scanned through stuff lately because I've been spending time with my daughters when they were here. But he been doing something like, this is my girlfriend, and people saying this, I'm Shaq's girlfriend or something.
Hey, man, I don't know what's going on with y'all football and basketball folks, but y'all getting caught up, bro.
So why
y'all getting caught up?
Why is he making people that his girlfriends?
No, that's a response video. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start off from the beginning.
So what happened?
I gotta paint.
What's up,
picture.
Jeff?
So initially there was a young lady that made a post of her and another guy reasonably huge, kind of dwarfing her, right behind her, did it in the mirror shot. You know how it is, the couples nowadays, especially around my age, you gonna make the little weird couple mirror or whatever.
I know the hell this was.
Yo, man. So she took the picture and she posted it. It started trending and then it got shared and then it went to the shade room. And everybody looking at the stature and the arms from behind her and looking at the tattoo, and they're like, wait a minute. We know that body. And then we can see the hands that's literally covering her like a blanket.
Yeah.
They're looking at the hands and then the shoulders, and they're like, is that Shaq?
Okay.
Is that Shaq? Shaq went and posted on the picture. He said, nope, not the kid. When folks was asking the question, so is that Shaq? So now, nope, not the kid.
Right.
So she then responded. But before she went in depth on her response, because it was kind of around the same time, I'm gonna give you the process like everybody else got it.
Okay.
In doing that, he then posted, I think it was like other responses there, and he was like, yo, man, it's not me, and yada, 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 trying to be anonymous with it. She was like, yo, stop lying. Come on, don't do this. She's like, yo, stop all this. Don't do all this. This is the responses back and forth on social media. Then she went to post from her end. But while she was doing that, he posted, and you know how Shaq is. Him, 50 Cent, and the other types. They finna go in on social media.
And they got the platform to do it.
And they got the platform, the money to do it. And that's when he started releasing his videos and pictures of numerous women. And honestly, I think these are just pictures of folks that, because you know how Shaq is. He's very vocal on, he'll help people, help lots of people.
Yeah.
Even some that he ain't gonna talk about, he will help. That's just how Shaq is.
Yeah.
So he started posting so many females. He don't know who is who. He like, man, all these are my girlfriends. He said, this is my girlfriend too. Trust me. I'll let y'all know who my woman is. And by the way, my woman name is Shakira. I can't even.
Shakira.
It's spelled Shaq with a R-A-H.
Shakira.
Yeah, Shakira or whatever.
Yeah, Shakira,
So it's Shaq.
Yeah, he always do something with his name.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So Shaq posted that. She was like, okay, so you want to play like that? She then responded by posting pictures of the room she was in, how it was dedicated to her because he flew out, and how he went and took a nap on the couch. She was backstage on whatever venue this was where he was out, and he out to the crowd and shouted, yeah, what's up? Yo, bro. I don't know what's going on with Shannon Sharp, with Shaq, the mother football players. Because I don't know if you remember the football player that bought the prostitute and he ran out on her.
Yeah.
Yo, man, y'all sports folks y'all gotta calm this down.
Hold on, no. Just make this a clip.
Hold on,
okay, Joe Lockett
let me blow you up. Let me blow you up. Hold on, what's it?
Joe Lockett is back in the building. Okay. Make this a clip, okay, for the show. Blow me up. Let me know when I'm blowed up.
Gotcha.
Okay, so famous people, celebrities, right? I'm blowed up now.
Yeah.
I'm
blowed up.
Right,
It's on you.
Listen, and I'm saying this without sabetsu or prejudice, okay? Entertainers, stop messing with women in the United States of America. Go get you a woman across the water, right? That you can spend time with, that's going to understand what you got going on and keep your life private. Because these women these days, bro, white women and black women, right?
This is Hispanic. This is Latinos.
Okay, and the Latinos, bro.
Latinos,
bro. I'm saying these women in America, bro. If they find a way because they can post and get views and you finish with them and you're not responding back to them, they're gonna find a way to try to stretch. Some of them stretch their 5 minutes, right? And put you out there some kind of way so they can get some more money off of you, bro. Damn all that. You got to get people that's gonna be loyal to what you doing with the money that you have. These women in the United States, bro. Y'all know the song. They ain't loyal.
Oh my God!
They ain't loyal to you no more. Bro, P Diddy messed it up for everybody.
No.
I'm telling you, no. This is a clip. Listen, bro. Everybody is. I don't know. And the reason I'm saying it, P Diddy did it in the wrong way, but he opened up the door that everybody understands that they can get a bag now. Regardless, right? Because you're gonna pay me. You're gonna pay me to be quiet, right? Or I'm telling. I don't want to spend my time, bro. If I'm rich and I got a bunch of money, I don't want to have to be with a woman that's going to mess around and post me up. You know what I'm saying? On her social media to get more fame and fortune. No, I'm going to be with a woman, bro, at the end of the day that's going to respect what I do, understand what I got going on, right? And we keep it moving. Nowadays, because of social media, and I'm with you, the money that you give me is not worth the money that I can get off you because I was with you. I'm just saying.
We better disagree today.
Okay, we can disagree on them. I'm just being honest.
No, Joe, Shaq did this to himself. You did this to him.
He did it to himself because you think you got it like that, and the women that you're with, probably somebody he been with, he trusted. And what I'm saying is, these women these days used to be loyal. They're not anymore.
But Joe, this ain't his girlfriend. So I this is why I don't like that take. she don't owe him that level of loyalty like that.
Okay, we need to be together.
Now, because
we need to be together. Bro.
I get if you're talking about on the discreet tip and you want to go on something more discreet and you know what I mean. Then yeah, be loyal to the discreet aspect because I don't want us in the news. But if and I'm only guessing, I want to give Shaq the out because we don't know how
Shaq
he
played the game for a long time. We know how the game is played.
And I would like to think he ain't doing this, but I'm just saying if she got the impression that he was making her exclusive or that he was handling her like a boyfriend, if she got that impression, then she would move like, "Hey, I am with Shaq." Now we know Shaq, and Shaq put the Mac down. All right,
yeah.
Shaq is a sniper. So I don't think he moved like that anyway. Yeah. But if you're going to treat some of these women the way you treat them, this is part of that baggage too. You got to do your vetting a little bit more
than just fashion.
Bro, but I ain't gonna put that on all women in America.
Bro, all I'm saying is right now, after you what we seeing, bro, everybody looks suspect to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being damn honest. Y'all can get mad at me if you want to. But if I'm these guys and I'm single and I'm out here enjoying my life and I want everybody to know my life, you got to know who you're dealing with, bro. And because of Instagram, for me, I would tell all women, right? If you're going through me first, you got to go through my team. When you spend time with me, your cell phones, everything is being taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? Bro, when you come in.
You writing a non-disclosure?
Bro, they all got non-disclosure. I'm sure they do. But I'm saying, if you're going to come spend some time with me, you're not going to have any kind of digital communication while you're with me. You're spending time with me because of the money that I paid for you to be here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't have your cell phone. And if you don't want to do that, you can't be with me because what women are doing is getting evidence, taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? And using it later just for their benefit. And bro, I'm single. I am allowed to do what the hell I want to go do, but maybe I don't want this being told. So if you got that kind of money, I'm saying, bro, you got to get yourself in the system. And what I'm seeing as of late, I'm like, bro, you can't trust these women in America, dog. I can only go by what I said. Like I said, it's a hot take.
Why are you putting that against all women in America?
Because, like I said, I ain't never had no problem with overseas.
No. I
said what the hell I said.
Joe.
I said what the hell I said. Hey, I said what the hell I said. Hey, make it go viral. Hey, I'm telling you. And then you gonna do that. Hey, like I said, hey,
we still got American females that watch this.
Hey, and I love my American females. I don't think all the American females will do that, but what I'm saying is at the end of the day, bro, I'm not saying that a woman overseas would not do it. I'm just saying you're probably gonna have a better shot at they're not doing it to you because the money that you're paying, they're gonna uphold the contract that you signed with them. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
It's my take. It's my take.
Yeah, it's your take.
It's my take.
That's your take.
But like I say, I love American women, but I'm not in the stature with Shaq and Shannon and all these other people. Shannon did that to himself. You know what I'm saying.
Nate agreeing with you. Nate agreeing.
Hey man, and I'm just saying, when I seen the Shannon Sharp thing, bro, one or two things happened with him, right? The woman that he was smashing that day did that on his phone, right? And made it go live, or Shannon Sharp was messing around on his phone, hit something by accident twice, threw his phone down, and it happened. Because I know for a fact, I'm going.
I think it was the latter because she was kind of still stuck in that.
And I'm going down the ladder for Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp got too much to lose to do something that sleazy. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what he want people to see.
Man,
and no, Shannon Sharp wouldn't have done that, bro. He wouldn't have messed up the stellar career and everything he done built and his team and his family for a 5 or whatever minutes, how many 20 minutes, whatever it was that he did on another thing. He didn't need that. So he wasn't doing he didn't need that, bro. Shannon Sharp don't put me in the perspective to do that kind of stuff.
I ain't putting the past on because I don't think it would have ended him.
Well, I done flew out, baby. I already told me D said go fly out. I done that, baby.
That's fine. That's fine.
Hey, I got my pass. I got 2 or 3 passports. I'm good, baby girl. Listen, I'm good in the U.S. and America. But see, like I said, at the end of the day,
you've been international hoeing.
Yeah, I've been international for a long time. Man, listen, I am the originator. You know, I was hoeing internationally back in the 80s, bro.
Oh my God.
Before this even became a thing, right? My oldest daughter, It's 31. So 31 years ago, okay, I was already doing this. Okay, my youngest daughter is 22.
We are not putting.
Wait a
We're
minute.
not putting them in this.
But what I'm saying is,
We not
my
doing it.
oldest daughter is 31 years old. So 31 years ago, I was already international.
Oh,
And I was doing that before she was born. So I'm going to say about 35 years ago. Yeah, I was already international, bro.
shout out to Selena and Serena. Sabrina, my bad.
Not on that tip, but I'm just saying that they know their daddy was a hoe back in the day.
Oh my God. Anyway, but no, I ain't putting it past you.
But here's the thing, though. But here's the thing. Ain't none of my baby mama had no problem right here. I ain't had no issues.
Okay, next story.
I got one baby mama and I had no problem. But my baby mama did a great job in Japan. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Because you know what they're gonna say, right? Well, they different over there. Exactly, is my point. That's all I'm saying. 35, 30, 32, 31 years ago, I ain't had no problems.
That's crazy.
Just saying.
All righty. On that note, let me go.
He told me to stay. I'm back and forth, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go to the next topic.
Let's go, man.
Now, this has been dominating the news airways for at least a clean 72 hours.
Yeah.
If you haven't known or you didn't see anything beforehand, I'll be the first to tell you.
Yeah.
Diddy was arrested. So he's been detained for at least 3 days. I'll go 2. He's been detained and
denied bail.
And he's been denied bail. I mentioned that yesterday. First off, let me go back through what I did mention because I want to hear your takes on that. So you did hear about the narcotics and lube, right?
Yeah, $1,000 of lube. Which I'm like, bro, what kind of freak off y'all got going?
Yo,
y'all slide when you ain't supposed to be sliding. For real.
Man,
even if it's a safari desert showing up, y'all still good.
Yeah, you slipping and sliding in the sand. I ain't never seen that. Yo, bro, look. I told them a little bit what I thought. So I'll tell you first, and then I want to hear what you thought when you first heard it.
Sure.
But I know me. I thought, wow, that is some Diddy stuff to get caught with. First off, and 2, how did you? Why are you traveling with this? First off, and then when I started thinking, why in the world could you be traveling with narcotics and lube? Oh, you was planning something. That's my conspiracy. You was planning something.
Lifestyle, bro.
Who travels like that?
No, bro. Lifestyle.
So you just think he just accustomed to? Well, they did say they found the same type of stuff in his house too when they did the raid.
Bro, that's Diddy.
When they did the raid,
the white parties, everything, all that led up to the grand finale of what he was doing. Right, that's his lifestyle. Right,
Yeah.
That's what he did. You know what I'm saying? And he understood. I have this platform. I am this guy. I got this money, and I'm going to get everybody in my back pocket, right? Because I'm going to get them to do certain things, right, that they wouldn't normally do, and I'm going to hold it over their head. But let me just say this. He did got caught, but he ain't the only person that does this.
Ooh, okay. You brought up something. Hold on.
Let me say this now, because there are other well-known people in this industry, right, that he's in, that's been doing this for decades, bro. Right? He just got caught. He got sloppy. P. Diddy's mistake was, and I'm glad he made the mistake, but P. Diddy's mistake was, bro, honestly, he paid Cassie off. He should have paid her off behind closed doors. When he didn't pay off and she threatened him, and then he paid off 48 hours later, right? That triggered everything to P. Diddy's downfall right now. If he would have paid Cassidy off, if he would have paid her off behind closed doors, right, he wouldn't be in this situation.
This where I go with that, because I think that was unavoidable just because of how public it initially went. They were already going back and forth even before he actually paid her on the disputes and what was being sent to the courthouse.
But
the folks that was looking for the tea, yes. If he would have did that behind closed doors and nobody supposedly knew, but I say they wasn't going to not know because they kept looking for documentation to report.
But
like this wasn't all out of Cassie's mouth.
No, but everybody think about, when did the downfall happen? When did the dominoes
But
fall?
I'm saying that downfall was bound when she sent the
Right.
the part,
Right.
not when he paid.
No. If he would have paid when she was asking him before she sent anything, because he didn't send us when she sent it.
Okay. You talking about before she had
Yes,
to say
when she came to him and said, "I want this, I want out, give me this," and he didn't. That screwed him.
Dude, all right, let me ask you.
You see what I'm saying? Because if he would have gave her money, she would have signed a document like everybody else would have been, and it would have been over. He didn't because he thought he could control her because of what he had her for all those years. She called his bluff, and that was the domino that broke the straw back for him.
Now, let me get into some stuff because it's funny that you say that. I'm gonna come back to this if you're watching on social media, but we're finna bounce back and forth because there's a lot of stuff getting told now. But it's funny that you say, "Hey, man, he ain't the only one to do this in the entertainment field." You and do you know who Boosie Badass is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you and Boosie kind of feel the same way. He wrote this on Twitter. He said, I feel Diddy in jail for basically doing what every other famous entertainer has done.
Yes,
flew bees out for threesomes. He's just freakier. We actually go call women prostitutes who fly in willingly to be with their partners for sex. If that's the case, then you know what I mean. And he goes on a tirade, writing in capitals, saying that other celebrities do the same thing.
They do,
and that he feels that we holding him in jail without bond for no reason.
What Diddy messed up at, bro, is because he used his power over people, and he used the sex tape and taping people without them knowing it, and he used it against them, right? And you're not supposed to be doing, trafficking women back and forth for sexual reason. Anybody can, almost any celebrity, bro, can get hit with those charges that he's been hit with. Diddy misused his power. He abused women. He abused men, right? That's what he did. That's why he got caught up. He used his money and fame in the wrong way. He treated people wrong. I don't care about you being freaky. Like I said, Diddy, you had enough money, bro, to have your own little island off somewhere, right? And fly people out to come to your parties and do what they need to go do. But like I said this morning on the Keith and Joe show, your problem is that you maneuvered people or groomed people to get them in a place where they either needed money, and you made them do things to get that money, videotape them, right? And you used it against them. And then once, they tried to come back and say something, you would use your hands, your fists, or your money or your lawyers to, go against these folks. You use your power for the wrong reasons, Diddy. You just wasn't freaky, right? You was a bad person. People, you're not in jail because you're a freaky person, or you may be bisexual. You're not in jail for that. You're in jail because you was misusing your power of who you were against people. Nobody cares about who you're having sex with. Nobody cares, if it was consensual. But because what you were doing and how you were doing it to people, right, and holding over their head and putting hands on folks, right, and using these tapes and stuff to blackmail people, that's where his ass that's why he's gonna end up in jail. That's why he's gonna be right next to R. Kelly. Him and both of them making rap songs and hit songs right there in jail together.
I don't want to. It's a joke there, but I ain't.
Bro, take that. And the king of R&B and the king of hip, and we're gonna say the king of hit making, right? He did it. Both of them sitting in jail because of their sexual escapades. Real talk.
That would have been a fire song.
Right.
Like before all of this.
Yeah.
But
P. Diddy together? Allegedly everything P. Diddy did, bro, he deserves to be his ass in jail without bail. He need to throw his ass under damn jail. You know what I'm saying? I admire him as a mogul for what he was able to accomplish, but the way you doing that to people, bro, no, put his ass in jail.
Yeah,
put his ass in jail, bro.
It's like multiple stories that still come out of him to this day.
Bro, hitting women, you know what I'm saying? Taking dudes and coercing them to do things that you want to do to get them paid. And to the dudes that were doing it, that's on y'all, bro. But at the end of the day, if any of these stuff that we're hearing is true, bro, ain't no fame worth that.
But outside of the sexual stuff, there's been a lot of the documentation and a lot of mouths that will say,
hey, Shamil, thank you, baby.
Diddy has always been a violent person.
Yeah.
So if you have that type of power and control,
Rachel,
who knows what else violent that you have done in order to keep that control or to keep that level of power. I think when they did the raid and stuff, there was a lot of other stuff outside of just.
But see,
sexual
this is what
stuff.
I say to our black brothers out there, man, that got money and got a fetish and freaky. Y'all got to know how to tone that shit down, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Rachel made a great point. You know, the Clyde Davis of the world and all this other stuff, bro. They do this and been doing it for decades, but you don't hear about them in the news. They're not flashy. They're behind the scenes. He did it. What did Suge Knight said? You want to be all up in the cameras, want to be all up in in the videos and stuff, right? Man, you could stay behind the scenes and been as freaky as you wanted to, right? But if you out there talking about you the hit maker, you the man, and want everybody to know who you are. People always say about black folks one thing: we too flashy. You remember the movie? What's it called? American Gangster. Right, and he had that fur coat on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And he was like
dropped off.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like all this flashy shit, bruh. To live a life and do the things that you're doing behind scenes at that level, and people that got money, they do freaky high, get high, and do stuff, bro, that we can't even begin to imagine. Ain't none of my business. But some people know how to keep some stuff discreet, and some people are too flashy with it. When you become too flashy, right, and you get careless with what you're doing because you get
But Joe, this is why I don't like that.
Go ahead.
I get it. Flashy, freaky stuff behind closed doors. I got you. But if this was not with consent, if this was not with an agreement behind it, if it was not, you know what I mean? Because most of what they're alluding here is that most of this is against will. That this was done out of the statute of understanding.
But nephew,
I don't want to give just make sure you keep it on the low key on
nephew. In the beginning, the first time, it was under consent.
No. I'm not talking about the first time.
No,
he's not in here over the first time.
But what I'm saying is, what happened was when the dude or the woman, right, first got with him because of whatever reason why they did what they did, right? It was consensual.
But that could be another. Hold on. It could be consensual, but then we still can go back to say maybe that was the rest because we just acknowledged that he does do this to make a power play.
But bro,
that's not real consensual. That's being pressure.
Okay, so if you a grown ass man and you need money, and Diddy said, "Well, hold on,
and I don't like that either."
Okay, so what you saying?
Because we can't go on the premise that everybody going at is just broke.
We don't
know all the individual situations to say everybody was just broke and needed a payoff.
No, but what I'm saying is right now, what I have not heard, right? If anybody said rape, I heard what we hear now allegedly. We haven't heard rape.
Grape.
Okay, we hear people. Okay, we hear people. They haven't said
tagging our words fast.
So they haven't. I haven't heard everybody say grape. Okay, I haven't heard anybody say that word. Right. What we've heard is that he's trafficking. What we heard is that he's blackmailing people.
Okay. So hold on.
Go ahead.
Just to answer that part real quick.
Sure.
If you're trafficking and taking people, it's assumed it's not willingly. Okay. That's assumed.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. How do you get on a P. Diddy plane under duress?
We don't know that information.
That's
why I don't go into it.
But what I'm saying,
hold on. But we have acknowledged, and it's been circulating.
Think about what I'm saying.
There's multiple ways to be trafficked. Okay, but not just on the plane.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
there's multiple ways of doing
when
that.
You have dealt with this. I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is, I think all parties involved have accountability.
I don't know about that.
Okay,
I don't know about that.
I'm going to wait.
I'm not going to put that on all parties. I get. There's cases where it's
I'm going to wait to see when it all comes out, right?
Yes.
Because everything is allegedly. So I'm not going to. I don't want to assume. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that whatever happened, right? That somebody came into your house in the middle of the night, P. Diddy wants you, grabbed you up, put you on a plane, put a bag over your head, and you ended up in a hotel. I don't think that happened.
But that's still assuming knowledge is there.
Like I said, we'll see.
I don't know that.
Like I said,
I don't know that.
Like I said, we will see. What I believe happened. Just me. You thought you was gonna get with this guy. You did. He put you in a position. He groomed you, and he turned you into one of these people that's gonna be into his little, sescapades. What he was doing. I believe that's what happened. And then you felt like he had so much power over you that you didn't have a choice. That's where he was wrong. I believe that's so much more happened than he just made somebody do something they didn't want to do. I think that his power and his money put you in a position that you thought you couldn't fight it, and he kept supplying you. And like they said, some of the stuff he was doing, I'm not taking up for Diddy because the drugs, the money, the paying for bills, hurting folks, keeping them locked up until they get healed. He did all of that. I think, like I said, I think his ass need to be locked up and never get the hell back out. Allegedly, if any of that stuff that he did, they said that he allegedly did, I think he should be locked up. But what I'm saying is, I've seen people do a lot more for less. And with this man having that much power, it's going to be very embarrassing if they really dig into the details, bro. We're going to be very surprised of what people were doing with him.
I'm sorry to keep making the correlation, and that's why I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like what Boosie said either.
Yeah,
because we're not going to put all of the other artists or entertainers under the same scope just because they do entertain women. Like, I'm not putting Shaq under that scope.
No,
I'm not. Hold on, let me land.
No.
I'm not putting Shaq or any other entertainer like a Drake or maybe even a Shannon Sharp just because they are free to entertain women.
Yeah.
What this premise is more than just entertaining women. And being entertained.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
And
it was a predator.
Yeah. And if you're preying on anything, you have plenty to weigh over them.
Of course.
And to make the correlation to R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
No, he didn't just go after, little girls. He just
prayed.
favored it.
He prayed.
He definitely preyed on whatever it was, giving them false hope or false information, thinking something was coming out of it.
For sure.
And now you have a trafficking event because you accumulated a lot of women under false pretenses or against their will.
Mm.
So I'm looking at it from that lens. And I got you. There's enough cases out there where you could say, yo, you kind of signed on because you wanted to get ahead. If you wanted to make the case for it, there are some cases where that's the case. But if I'm not mistaken, either those were settled out, still in going, or they have been completely went against because he got not guilty on 2 of them.
Let's just say this, bro. 9 times out of 10, if you get with a person like Diddy, you want something. You want to get on. You want to get a contract. You're trying to make it. Right. That sounds a good or bad thing.
Yeah.
Everybody do what they have to go do to make their life. I'm not knocking that. Sometimes you get yourself in over your head, you know what I'm saying? And you find yourself in a situation where you feel helpless. And I think I feel that P. Diddy took advantage of that. But when you get with P. Diddy, bro, you look at P. Diddy as opportunity for whatever that may be for you, whether you're a man or a woman, you see contract, you see dollars. You're not trying to get at P. Diddy just to say, hey, P. Diddy, how you doing? Let's just be real about that. He knows that he preys on that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying you got what you deserve. No. What I'm saying is at the end of the day, P. Diddy was in power and he abused his power over people. He promised people stuff that he was never going to deliver on. And I hope they fry his ass for whatever they find him get for, he need to be fried for that.
Yeah.
But let's not make let's not be sit here and act like when you know that you're dealing with P. Diddy and you start to do what you do, whatever you do with him or for him, you're doing it for a reason. At that point in time, you don't know it's going to turn into something else, but you're doing it because you feel that there's going to be reward for you on the other end. And let's just be honest here. If it would have turned out the way you wanted to, you probably wouldn't have said nothing. And I'm not blaming anybody, nephew, but that's his life, right? If you get what you want because you went in and did what you did to get what you want, you're happy. When you don't get what you want and it turns out bad, which is wrong. But I'm talking about life, right? Now you feel that you've been wrong. But if the situation turned out for right, like the people that it turned out right for, they ain't messing with Diddy. I guarantee you there are people that it turned out right for, they ain't trying to sue Diddy. It's the people that it didn't turn out right for and he abused. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong in either way. All I'm saying is life is what it is. Diddy is wrong 1,000%, whether it turned out right for the person, whether it turned out wrong for the person. Diddy is wrong. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, when you go in doing what you're doing, right, at that point in time, you have the chance that it's not going to go right for you. And you got to know when to back the hell out. And some things are just not worth your life, bro. And, He did it, like I said, his ass need to be thrown up under the jail for if alleged what he's doing, bro. He don't need to sit like there again because he was wrong for abusing his power over people like that.
Alrighty. Just to wrap up, because it's other stuff that came out about it. U.S. attorney reveals content of some of the messages that him and Cassie had. It seems as if he was trying to get over, and this was what all happened during the video.
Yeah.
From what it was, they were in the middle of a freak off. Cassie, he was talking with Cassie, saying that the cops are after him and yada yada yada. She felt danger, so she then left, and that's when he chased after her.
Yeah.
But apparently they were in the middle of whatever freak off it was, and she felt like that was the time to escape.
Gotcha.
So that information has been reported from the U.S. attorney. You can go into the nicks and crannies of it. I really just summarized it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say maybe he did arrest his ass in jail, bro.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm gonna say for him.
Now
take that.
Oh my god. Now I think there was one more thing. Nope. Because the rest of it would be regurgitating the same thing. Okay. That is all for the entertainment news for today. If you guys enjoyed it, hey, if you was entertained enough, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, share it, make sure you send it out to everybody. It goes a long way and helps you become more part of the show.
All right, we appreciate you guys for locking into entertainment news. Today on the show, man, before we get it, I do want to talk about, when it comes to relationships, right? Do you deal with a man who does not have a relationship with his kids?
Do you deal with a dude?
If you're a woman, would you deal with a man who does not have a relationship with his kids? Would you believe his story? Would you date a guy who does not have he have kids but don't have a relationship with his kids? Would you date him? Would you date a woman, nephew, who doesn't have a relationship with her kids?
Do I know why?
Yeah, you may know why, because I'm gonna say this, and when I think I'm gonna say women, when you meet a man that maybe in his 50s, because they mostly show for women that's dating men over 40 and 50.
I mean,
okay,
but they can be around my age too.
Okay, so around you. But what I'm gonna say is, because a lot of times your kids are grown, right? My kids are grown, right?
Oh, you mean that type of relationship?
Yeah. So you don't have a relationship with your kids, and your kids don't want to fool with you. Would you date a man who kids don't F with him at all, right? And the kids are grown, maybe the kids are teen, but they don't mess with the dad at all. Would you date him? And fellas, would you date a woman, right, that she have kids and they're grown, but her kids don't F with her at all? Don't wish her happy Mother's Day, don't wish her happy birthday. Would you deal with that woman? This is Joe Lockett Show. Let's get it.
I think that depends. That's why I asked, do I know why or do I not? If I'm going off of the premise that I don't know, I might not, especially if I feel like family is important to me. If I don't feel like family is as important to me, that's not going to be such a deterrent. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna just try to get to know you, because that's all I care about. But with me personally, family is a big enough thing. I don't have it way over everything, but it's in my 5. And I would like to have kids one day. And if I choose you to have somebody that have those kids with, I don't want you to cut them off like you cut off other folks. But this is where I use the but. If you know why, and you either sympathize or agree with why it is they do not mess with them, I say that probably help confirm stuff with you. And this is why I say that. Because we can disagree all day. Well, no, I think we would agree that Brian McKnight sucks. It's as a father, maybe not as a human being, but as a father, you pretty nasty. But if his wife agrees with and understood why it is he took this stance, or that the kids may have, you know what I mean, drifted away from him, or he drifted away from the kids, if she agrees with or understands the situation, that might not be so much of a deterrent for her as it was if she didn't know. I think if you don't know nobody's situation and we're just going off of he a dude or she a woman, in my case, she a woman that don't deal with her kids. She don't like them. They don't like her. It ain't no type of relationship. If we just going off of the head front on that, then all day, I don't want to deal with that woman. Because why are you taking that approach with your kids? But then that also asks the question, why are you taking that approach with the kids? And if I find out why, and it's like, oh, well, golly, it ain't no relationship because of yada, yada, yada. And maybe I get it. You know what I mean? But no, I think for me personally, I would need to know why. I would need to know why to have more of a concrete thing. Because if this is a woman that I have love for, or that I developed a good amount of love for, I'm then going to start asking more questions as to why you don't deal with them. It's not just going to be, oh, you don't, let me cut it off. No, if you have love for her or you have love for him, I would like to assume you're not just stopping it on you don't deal with your kids. You're going to ask questions. But that's just me.
I think it's a good answer. I think it depends on the person, number one. Me, if a woman don't deal with her kids at all, that's not a red flag for me. Because what happened before me has nothing to do with us at this age. That's something she got to live with. I would treat a woman of how she treat me in the moment. I don't hold a person to their past. Okay. If she don't have a relationship with her kids, she don't have a relationship with her kids. That's between her and her kids. I have nothing to do with that.
So you write that off as the past?
It's the past. It has nothing. That's her debt, not mine. Those are her kids, right? So if she said she have 2 kids, but they don't talk to her, they whatever, that ain't for me to dig into to find out the reason why. Her kids are grown. They're not going to affect me and her at this point in life. I'm not planning on having any more kids, right? So that's not going to bother me because she don't have a relationship with her kids.
Do you think it changes things if they're grown and if they're not?
Huh?
I said, do you think it changes things if they're grown and if they're not?
If they're not grown and she don't have a relationship with her kids, depending on the age, bro.
Depending on the age.
Depending on the age. If they were toddlers, of course, that's a totally big thing. But I'm looking at my age. I'm not dealing with a woman in her 50s with toddler kids. If she got a teenager and she don't deal with her kid, still not my problem. That's what she got to do. If she got a teenage kid and it stays with his dad, or she stays with her dad and her kid don't F with her, that's between her, the dad, and the kid. That ain't gonna. That's not the reflection of what me and her going through. I judge her on who we are, right? The relationship she got with her kids, those are not mine. For me, not my kids. So I don't expect her to take care of my kids. I'm not taking care of her kids. That's gonna be up to her to repair that relationship with her kids. And that ain't gonna do with me at this stage in my life.
Question, just a question.
Uh-huh.
It may not be true to you, but I just want to know, what would you do in the predicament? What if y'all have a kid together? How are you feeling? Because you're right, that's between her and her kids. And if you, I assume, you gonna keep whatever relationship that you got with your kids. Hey, this is me and my kids. You ain't gotta, you know what I mean? But what if y'all have a kid together? How are you feeling about your newborn, or you know what I mean? You're bringing in, and how she may or may not handle it?
I'm gonna feel good because I've been in a situation that you don't know what happened prior to, right? And I'm gonna hope that my discernment, right, of the person I chose, I've read correctly that she's gonna be a good mother for our kid. Again, the problem would be for her is she got to explain why she's being a better mother to our kid than she is to her own kid that she had prior to, right? Because a man or woman is not good to their kids prior to, don't mean they're not gonna be a good father to the new family. That's not concrete. May not be right, but you've seen plenty of cases where a man or a woman starts a new family and it goes off well, but the other family, it didn't go off well, and he or she may have done that. Not knocking that, but because they had a bad experience prior to, don't mean that the second one is going to be bad too. 9 times out of 10, you'll probably see, most likely, especially when it comes to the women, that they're better in the second one because they learned from the first one. Now, some men maybe not the case, but women, for the most part, if you get married that second time in that second family, bro, a lot of times, you see that second family works out because you learn from the first one.
I'm glad we made the distinction because I do believe there are two. There's differences between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned one of them with us. It can be first off, we're not gonna have that big a pool of an absent mother.
You're not,
because most women tend to keep the baby.
Exactly.
And most women tend to care for the baby with more emotional care or whatever it is to take over the motherhood.
But you do have that situation where the mom, even they kept the kid don't F with the mom because the mom was no good.
Yeah, not to say that don't happen. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
There are cases where the relationship can get soured and it's a cutoff.
Yeah, mama was putting their boyfriends or they part of life or you know what I'm saying over their kids, even though they had their kids and their kids don't really mess with their mama. So.
But honestly, that could be a kid that's starting to grow up to realize that.
Yeah.
Early in their years,
for sure.
You know what I mean? She's at least somewhat present in the mind.
Right.
But for some dudes, I think there's multiple variables.
Okay.
Because we did initially ask women, hey, would you deal with a dude that don't got a relationship with his kids? Shout out to Miss Harris. I bring hers in. Because she said that is a present decision if there is no reconciliation. Past behaviors and predictors of future actions. I seen on another case, some folks was like, yo, man, if she's the type to keep the kids away from him, that may not be all his problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That may not, he may have wanted to extend a relationship, but they're young enough to where it's a cutoff. Now we have no relationship.
And it depends on what those kids were fed about the mom, about the dad from the parent. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I say, if I meet you and you don't have a relationship with your kids, I'm not trying to figure out why it was. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. That's not my business. That's something that you need to work on. I'm looking at you as a person, how you treat people around you, how you treat me, how you treat mine. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you got going on with yours, if you ask me for my opinion, I'm going to give it. But that's enough weight on a person, whoever don't have a relationship with their kids. It's not my place to come into your life and try to tell you what you need to do for your kid, for your son or your daughter. You see what I'm saying? As a man.
Yeah.
I can pray for you. All I know is that if you come into my life with the two that I have, you're not going to mistreat mine and me. I'm going to judge you on that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you ever want to have that conversation with me about what happened, that's on you. But it's indicative if you see a woman who does not have a relationship with her kids. If she's a bad person, she got more problems than just her kids. It's her family, it's her friends. You see what I'm saying? So I would look more so to, okay, if you ain't got the relationship with her, she don't have a relationship with her kids. If she's a likable person, do people like her? Or if she's just beautiful, fine, talk a great game, but she's full of shit and nobody likes her, right? So now I have to make a discernment myself of, am I going to be with that kind of woman because I know what I'm getting?
But I mean, you can answer
I don't know, Bridget. That if it's how would it affect me? Explain that to me, Bridget. How would it affect me eventually? But go ahead, nephew.
I think I'm bringing up one.
Okay.
Do you think that is a big enough indicator to? Because I agree with you. And in the sense of how you handle folks, and or are you like this behind closed doors? Or I think how you handle your kids and how they view you when they get older could represent how you are mentality wise or how you are to the core. Like say for instance, I won't use Brian McKnight situation again, even though it's probably going to
That's fine.
But his adult kids don't fool him because of how they you know what I mean? It's one of the main factors, how they were brought up through the years to where they had their big break off.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't fool with him because of additional reasons for him as a father. And that could tell off on him to other people on how he is integrity wise, or how he is morally, or how he is when he makes decisions or responsibilities. Like that could tell off on him on that aspect because of how your kids view you. Like, I think a lot of folks would view my mom and dad, and honestly, I think your daughters would view. I think a lot of folks would view you to your daughters. I think with us, how we carry ourselves and how we move, they would think nothing but the most positive stuff because of how we're the representation of that. Like how they tell you in
But
school,
like
you show your mom, you show what your mom and daddy do when you home.
But my kids are a direct reaction of what their mother did and told them about me. That could have been completely opposite if she would have badmouthed me, talk shit about me, right? She didn't, right? I was fortunate. Like I said, I got one of the best baby moms, if not the best baby mom in the world, right? Shout out to my Selena Sabrina's mom, right? But I'm not a bad person, right? I did a bad thing. Do that make me bad for the next woman? Because whatever I did to her, would I do it to the next woman? And I didn't. You see what I'm saying? So that don't make me a bad person.
But that depends to each woman, though.
Yeah, it depends to each woman. But I'm saying, as far as I know me, I'm in the situation, right? When I did what I did, I felt I did what it was the best for me at that time. I was selfish. But as I grew older, I had more resources and I got more things. I was able to become a better person. My kids was a product of a bad father. You know what I'm saying? That didn't do what he needed to go do. That don't mean the woman who's gonna get me now, right? Because my stepson got me. He got the best of me. He got everything that my daughters never had, right? You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that works out for everybody. That's why I say for me, because I've been through it, I'm going to judge that person on the merits that I see them now, not prior to what they did. The weight that they carry can affect the relationship that we do have. And I would have to have discernment at that point to see if there's something that I want to carry, and see if the way that they're carrying with their kids not talking to them or being around them, is that going to affect what we do? Because like when people are saying on here, 9 times out of 10, it will. Now, it depends on how old you are, how grown your kids are, and how good you are with the situation. Are you ready to move on with your life, or are you still holding on, upset that your kids won't talk to you? And that was something I have to determine with that woman at that point in time. But I will date a woman who don't have a relationship with her kids. I would.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like I said, I would need to know. If it's somebody I care about, I'm naturally gonna ask the question. You know what I mean? I'm not going to just completely cut off somebody I care about just because, like how you said, the past may bring back up or pop back up, or may still be apparent. Like I want to know why it is that you don't have a relationship. That way I have more freedom to choose. Or, you know what I mean? You giving me more of that right, so I don't completely misjudge you. You know what I mean?
The one thing I realized, man, with Selena, 22 years old, right? She didn't care. Right? We had long, deep, looking in the eye, let's talk, crying conversations while she was here. And
that's your oldest, right?
That's my youngest.
Youngest.
The youngest one to read hair.
Selena.
Okay. Right. And I was not in her life for 22 years, right? And I punished myself because I thought she hated me. I thought that, I was a bad father because I wasn't, whatever, right? And when I looked into her eyes and asked her a myriad of questions, right, in many different ways, real talk, nephew, I never got one vibe from her. She was angry. What I got from her was, I missed you. And I wanted to see you. But I always felt each time I saw you or talked to you that you always loved me. She said that was never a question, that did you love me? She said, I just wanted to see you. And I knew one day that you was going to make a way for us to see each other. And you did. That broke me, bro. To hear her say that, it's like, man, you let me off easy. And I told her that. She was like, Dad, stop. It's not what you think. Listen to what I'm saying. This is what my daughter told me. This ain't me making up shit. This is what she said. She said, you're being too hard on yourself. What you did, this is what she said. What you did, that's between you and mama. You didn't do that to me. Listen to what I'm saying now. She said, what you did to mama. You didn't do that to me. You always showed me love. You always did what you did. You just wasn't here like you was with my oldest sister, but you always found a way to let me know that you love me. She said, so if anybody would be upset with you, Dad, it would be you and mama, and that has nothing to do with me. She said, because you never mistreated or never talked bad about mama. She said, y'all both held each other in the highest regards. Whenever y'all talk about each other, she said she always talked highly of you. She said, you said you did mama bad, but mama never said you did her bad. And she said she always talked great of you. And I always talk great about the mama I'm talking. So she said, you never said anything bad about my mama to me. So the thought that I had, the way I looked at it was different than what she actually felt. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not making this shit up. My daughter just told me this a few days ago. We just had that last conversation this morning where we were sitting at the table with napkins and coffee and going through stuff and hugging and kissing each other, saying how much we love each other and all that other stuff. So I'm not lying to y'all. My daughter didn't feel not one damn thing that I felt. You see what I'm saying? So I think sometimes when we see these situations, it ain't up for me to judge that woman that may be going through that, because it may not be what she think. You see what I'm saying? Because it was definitely not what the hell I thought it was. I was completely wrong on what I thought with my daughter, Selena.
That makes sense.
Completely wrong.
That makes sense. Because regardless on how it's framed or put up to the outside, that might be completely different from how the child is internalized.
Bruh, you saw my daughters, right?
Yeah.
You saw their reactions with me. Did you feel any kind of angst? You was here. Did you see any way that my daughters were looking at me like, I can't stand this motherfucker? You know, he get on my nerve. I'm ready to go home.
They was under you a lot.
Bruh, I'm going to tell you something. If you go in Selena's room right now, she left clothes here purposely to let me know she's coming back.
She coming back. Shout out Selena.
Bruh.
She said, Ninja, I'm coming back.
Bruh. My oldest daughter that never met me before. My oldest daughter took all her clothes. Right? Sabrina took all. But my youngest daughter, she left clothes in her room, in her closet right now, and said, Dad, I'm going to leave some clothes here because I don't need him. Is that okay? I said, baby, this is your house, your room. She said, okay. And I walked in that room, bruh. There are like 3 outfits left in that damn room for my daughter that I hadn't seen in 22 years to let me know I'll be back. So when I tell you, bro, you don't know what your child is thinking the way you thinking about it, right? That's why what I've been through. I'd be a damn fool to judge a woman because she ain't never been with her kids in 22 years.
Shout out, Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg. He was like, we are the hardest on ourselves. That is absolutely true. Yeah. And you will convince yourself that something is what it is.
I did. Bro, you know the cloud I had over my own head about my situation.
And I'm gonna be honest, since you passed it now, like I can be honest.
Yeah.
Right. And you getting this a rare case for me because I like to lie.
Okay.
But if I'm honest, when I first found out about the situation, it sounded heavy.
Yeah.
And from how you handled yourself, even in the few years that I've stuck by you, that part where whenever it was mentioned, it made me cringe because I could I can visualize how I'm hearing it, of how much you really, 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 and maybe I'm wrong, but it really sounded like you had a lot of guilt towards that.
I did, bro.
And it would, whenever that topic would pop up, it's that in another situation. But whenever those two situations that I know from with you pop up, it cloud the room. So it's like I am very, 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 very happy. That's why I wanted to make sure this whole week that was going through was the most easiest transition that you could ever have.
Yeah, and I thank y'all
because I wanted you to get past that. Man, I didn't want that to still be lingering on a man that I've seen that is, man, I hold in very, very high regard.
And I'm gonna say this I say this to the world, bro. I was driving to the Keith and Joe show this morning. I put my daughters on the airplane. I watched them walk away. It wasn't ugly tears, bro.
Oh man,
No, it wasn't. It was when I saw my daughters, man, and they wanted to watch me drive off. I wouldn't drive. I still sat there, and they kept saying drive. I said no, go inside. Right?
Yeah.
I wanted them to go inside, so they went inside. And that vision, because I wanted to see this vision of them walking into the terminal.
Mm-hmm.
I came home, got dressed, went to the Keith and Joe show. I'm driving to the show this morning. You called me and said, Joe, blah, blah, blah. Something wasn't working. You called me. And anyway, I wasn't.
Usual stuff.
Right. Usually I'm in a panic. I'm in like, I got to do this. Bro, everything since they left, the matrix has opened up. And I'm being real with everybody. Me seeing Selena and Sabrina, and this is the first time I'm saying that out loud. I said it to you earlier before the show today.
Mo.
It gave me the permission to be happy for the first time in my life. It's okay for me to be happy now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I felt a hellified guilt of I was happy and I wasn't doing that, taking care of them.
Yeah.
I'm with somebody else. I'm with their kid or we doing this. But in the back of my mind, I got two out there that I haven't done this with.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how much that fucked with me till today. Because today, I know now I can be happy. Like, unfiltered.
Well,
I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Everything in my life, bro. I am the richest man in the world sitting here today. I'm the happiest man in the world. I have everything I ever wanted, bro. Anything else God gives to me, bro, is a bonus.
What you worked hard for that?
Yeah,
you worked hard for that.
Yeah, but yeah, that part, bro.
Oh man, he finna. Hey, at least cry like Jay-Z on the song. I gotta let the song cry. At least let the song cry.
Man,
do it for the folks. Do it for the folks. So
no,
we can no,
but bro, I mean, it's not that. I do get heavy about it because I didn't realize for 54 years I've never been happy.
Mm-hmm.
Or I would say for 31 years I've never been happy.
Mm.
I thought I was, but there was always a part of me that held my true happiness away because I felt guilt over my daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that they know that I love them and everything I've done for them is for them, I'm okay now, bro. Bro, when they say, okay, you need to heal, I'm healed now.
All right, man.
I'm good.
Hey, and you know what Tyrese said,
good,
man? Tyrese said, real men cry too. All right?
Yeah, I mean, bro.
Men cry.
But you know something, bro?
Throw them tissues.
Bro, but see, the tears, I'm heavy about it, but I would say this. It took me 22 years to get here. And I'll just say to the audience listening to the show, it ain't your time, right? When things are going to happen, it's in God's time. And when these 22 years happened for me, my youngest daughter's birthday was September the 5th. When this 22 years happened and we met each other, everything fell into place. Everything. Like when some things can go wrong, when things go wrong, everything go wrong, right? But this time, bro, from the travels to the meetings to the people coming to everything we did, it flowed flawlessly. Everything fell into place. So it took the stars 22 years to align for what I had created, for it to fall into the place of the dream that I had in my head. And it played out perfectly. And in some cases, even better. And I'm telling y'all my story, true story, so y'all can say, if you're in this situation, it's never too late to fix it. If it's in your heart, like it was into mine, to be better, to be a better dad, or be a better mom. Just keep working at it. It may take you 22 years too, but it's possible. And your kids truly, and you're not going to understand this until you get into it, they only want to know that you love them and you cared and you didn't put anybody over them. Because I did ask them this, bro. If I would have came to the airport the first time with a woman, right, how you would have felt? Mm-hmm. They were like, I wouldn't have liked it. What if I would have came to the airport with you and I had a new family? They said they wouldn't have liked it. Mm-hmm. That's something I was very cautious. You remember I told you, I'm always cautious of when I first met my kids. I always said, I don't care if I'm married or whatever. I'm not meeting them with my wife. I'm going to talk to them first and see if they want to be introduced to my family. And if they didn't, I wasn't going to make them do it. I've always said that.
But you know your kids.
I didn't, but that was just something I felt that.
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
because even though you weren't present for the time that you were able to at least connect with them,
Yeah.
you learned your kids.
Mm.
Like when I got here, you did work to lead up to why it wouldn't be awkward.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Even though you haven't seen your youngest until now, you still put work into why you had a relationship and why when y'all moved in any room or any setting or when it was one-on-one, that there were no awkwardness. You, like I said, you put work in, and that's what I'm glad your daughters helped you see.
They did.
I'm glad because I
did.
think for a lot of unpresent folks to the naked eye or to the outside world, like how they like to put with a Nick Cannon or like a Cam Newton, we cannot ignore how that child might feel. Just because you think they might be functioning low does not mean they're low functioning for that child.
Yeah, man.
And how they relay stuff and how they view stuff. You didn't miss a beat. Yeah, like I said, they were under you,
bruh.
So it's
they didn't want to leave.
Exactly. They did because they not only felt the love in person, that just solidified the love that you were showing when you had time.
My grown daughter said, "Daddy, we're leaving tomorrow. Can we sleep with you in the bed?" They got in the bed with me, right? And they slept next to their dad, man. You know, last night, bro, and that was like one of the best feelings in the world, right? To have my daughters laying there. My youngest, she laid on my shoulder, right, and went to sleep. My oldest, she's laid on my shoulder, and she turned over and she went to sleep. But to wake up and see my daughters, you know, in the bed with me, bro, this morning, was just one of those things. But like, wow,
such a daddy. You like calculated, watched, and framed it in your mind.
You're not
a daddy. God, no.
The first part when we first met was sort of like, I hope it goes like this. Everything else, bro, was not programmed. It just happened. You know what I mean? So that's what it was, y'all. But anyway, y'all, I could go on and on. It'll be more talking about in days and things I learned for this. And we also thinking about writing a book about this. Hopefully, it can help more people. But y'all stay locked in, man. It's your boy Joe Lockett and nephew. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Jatim, Themo, Ashtamas, Ed, Liberty. Y'all, thanks for the patience. Y'all know what that means, right? Me and your boy, Denise and nephew, we love you. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.
Mo.